So we are going to discuss about hybrid framework. So I'm going to import hybrid framework project. Right click on import Maven, existing Maven projects. Next. And I'm browsing in the drive. So this is the project I'm importing.
Sir, can you show with take a screenshot in hybrid framework?
Sorry.
Take a screenshot, including take a screenshot.
Yeah.
Reporter one.
Yeah. We'll discuss that part as well. So first I'm talking about hybrid framework. Okay. Okay. Right. So now I'm deleting pages and test cases packing. Okay. To develop hybrid framework, we must have to create two packages. So under SRC test Java, I'm going to create package name as pages. We can't finish. And I have to create package name as test cases. We can't finish. So to automate a scenario, TC01 add skills, TC01 add jobs. First, we have to develop login page. Second, we need to develop skills page. Third, we need to develop home page. Okay, so let me create login page. So to create login page under pages, just I'm right clicking, new class. I'm creating page name as login page. You can't finish. Guys, everybody is following. This is the last time I'm telling. So once after creating this login page, what is the first step I need to do? I have to declare WebDriver. Good. Import WebDriver. Okay, right? Next, I need to pass the WebDriver object to login page. So I have to write a method name as public void login page WebDriver driver, because I want to pass driver object to this class. So I have to write this method. This dot driver is equal to this is the driver. Right. So we have written first method, and second method, I want to open RNHRM. Public void open RNHRM. And I'm creating a local variable string test URL. Right. So to launch application URL, we can write a command as driver.get. This is the test URL. Okay. Right. Login method is also done. And next one is public void login method. I need to write string username, comma string password. And I have to write set of driver commands inside this method. Okay. So every method we can write generally through dot exception. So I'm writing that. So like that, I have developed login page. Okay, let me copy the set of driver instructions previously, the login page set of driver instructions. So highlighting of web element border, this method also I'm taking copy and I'm pasting here. And here I need to write set of driver commands in the login page. So just I'm taking copy of these lines. Control C, Control V, and login button XPath. So this is we have declared globally here. So that is the XPath I'm copying. So like that, we had developed login page. So passing the login page, RMHRM and login method. So that's it. We did login page. Login page is developed. So then now the second part is we have to develop which page? Skills page. So let me copy this one. Copy, right click, paste it, and give name as skills page. Done. Let's double click, copy this one and paste it here because we need to pass the driver object to skills space and open RNHRM. This method is not required here. And here we need to write add skills method. And here we need to write string skill name, skill description. And we need to write set of driver commands related to add skills. Okay. So let's go back to previous project and taking skills space set of driver commands. Control C, copy and pasting here. So skill name and skill description, these are the local variables has been used here. Okay, right? Add skills is done. So skill space is also developed now. So let me close this one. So what is the next page I have to develop? Home page. Okay, let me copy this login page method, or I will copy any of the page, skills page. I'm taking copy and paste. Home page. So replace the method name because we need to pass the driver object to home page. And here we need to write logout method. So for this logout method, there is no input data. So no need to pass any input arguments. No need to create any local variables. Just we need to write set of driver commands, welcome.click and logout. So let's copy from previous program, home page. So these are the set of driver commands. You copy and paste. Right. Now we have developed every page, login page, skills page, and home page. We have developed all the pages. Now my next point is I want to develop main test case. So to develop my main test case, what is the first point I need to do? I have to create a test-ng class. So right click, go to test-ng, create test-ng class. TC01 adds this. So what are the annotation tags that we can use? We can use @ before test, @ after. Okay, let me write before test and after test. Before test. So in before test, generally we will write open browser. Let's import before test supporting class. This is got imported. And similarly, we can write close browser method. You can write method names whatever you want. And here we need to write at the rate after test. So let's import after test supporting class. Start import. So my testng class contains before test annotation tag, at the rate test annotation tag, and at the rate after test. So first I need to declare my WebDriver object. So let me declare WebDriver. Done. I'm saving and I have to import WebDriver. Okay. So in before test, okay, let me save. In before test, I want to launch my browser. Driver is equal to test browser dot open Chrome. Skip the mouse over, add throws declaration. So I'm launching my browser. I launched my browser because test browser, this is one is available under common utility. So the supporting class file got imported package name comma test browser. It contains a static method as open Chrome browser. So the driver object is launching and it's maths. And here you need to, I have to write skills test. So the set of driver commands, the set of class files I have to call. And here it I am launching in the closed browser, I need to write driver.quit. These steps are common. So in the skills test, I want to create login object. So login page, this is the class we have created. Let me create object for this class, new login page. So save it and it's asks supporting class. So import pages dot login page. It's got imported under pages package. So this is the login page got imported so that we can able to create object here. And after that, we need to pass the driver object L1 dot login page web driver. So this is the object. Next, we want to call open orange HRM. So this is the one. So we have to give the URL. Okay, let me copy from previous page. This is. I copied and pasted. Next, I want to call L1 dot login method. So here I want to give input value as admin. And password admin 123. So whenever this method is executing, these values will automatically pass to those local variables. So login, so we created, so add throws declaration, just click on it here. So throws exception got added. Okay. So login page is done. Next, open orange HRM, login page is done. Next, what is the next step? Skills page. I have to create object for skills page. New skills page of. Let's import this supporting class. So this is got imported here. Import pages dot skills page got imported, and we have to pass the WebDriver object s1 dot skills page. So done, and s1 dot we need to call method name as add skills. So let me enter skills details Java 13 and Java 13 description. Right. So add skills also done. Next, what is the next step? Home page object I have to create. I have to create object for home page. Okay, home page. P capital I have to take home page. H1 is equal to new. So let's import supporting class. Just keep the mouse over. So it will import supporting class. Pages, home page, it's got imported. Now I want to write h1 dot. Sorry, I have to do small. H1 dot home page, right? So I'm passing the driver object to home page, and after that I need to call h1 dot logout. So there is no input data required because we're not spending any input values. Just welcome click and logout. So my set of methods, this can be executed from every page class file like that. So I developed my test case here. This is 01 adds this. Let's go and execute my test case. One second, open Chrome browser. Okay. So let's go and execute my test case. This is 01 adds this. Run as test engine test. That's it. Over. Test case execution got completed. Develop. So set of methods are executed from each page class file. Okay. So let's do one more jobs also. So now I want to develop job space. So what I need to write? I need to copy. I have to paste it. Job space. So under job space, I have to pass the driver object to here, and I need to write add jobs. And here I need to write string job title, job description, job note. So these are the input values are required. So creating local variables. And I have to write set of driver commands. And let me delete all these set of driver commands here. So I'm saving and I'm going back to the previous project and I'm copying set of driver instructions from here. Control C. Coming back to here and I'm pasting here. That's it. Job title, job description, job note. Okay, right, done. And now I want to develop test case as TC01 add jobs. So what I'm doing is just I'm doing copy and I'm pasting TC01 add jobs. So this part we don't need to change anything. A login part also we don't need to change anything. Once after login, we need to execute add jobs. Let's create object for job space. Because job space I have developed. J1 is equal to new job space. Right? It's asking to import supporting class. So import that one. That's it. See here it's got imported. Job space got imported. And I'm saving. And the J1 dot. J1 dot. We need to pass the object to job space. We are passing driver object to job space. And after that, we are invoking methods from that add jobs. So I need to enter jobs title, sales 5, job description, sales 5 description, job note. Sales 5 more. Done. TC01 add jobs also automated. So we modified where we modified. Oh, I think I have modified this test case. Okay, okay. I think actually, okay, one second. Add skills. TC01 add job. So now add jobs contains set of driver instructions related to jobs. Okay. So now let's run this TC01 add jobs. Okay. So let me make it 1.5. Sometimes it might not execute. So change it to 1.8. Okay, right. Now let's execute TC01 add jobs. So this time sales by record has to create. Let's run this code. So this is what we discussed in yesterday's class. The main important point in hybrid framework is you have to develop page class file, corresponding method implementation part you have to do. And calling of the methods you will do in the main test. That's it. Over page object model. So for every page you are writing corresponding methods implementation. And in the main test case development, you are creating object and we are calling required methods as per the test case functional flow. So this is known as page object model design. That's it. Hope yesterday's class it has been covered. Any more examples do you want me to repeat? Is this enough? Parallel.
Can you add screen, take a screenshot?
Screenshot, but I will tell you tomorrow's class, not today.
Okay, sir.
Reporting part I am not telling by today because people are getting confused. Reporting part I will tell you in tomorrow's class. And today's topic is we need to cover data-driven concepts actually. Do you want me to do one more example or is this enough? Other than any other people?
One more example.
Hope everyone can able to do it. Okay, I'm assuming that everyone can able to do it. I'm not going to repeat this topic because it has been covered 2 times and I have told 2 examples also today. Let's go and implement data-driven framework approach. Okay, so right. So in yesterday's class, we don't have package name as Excel util package. Okay, so I am having Excel util package. In today's class, I am going to use Excel util package. So this package contains Excel util API test 4 and Excel API test 3. So these are the 2 supporting Java class files are there under my Excel util package. So now let's do the exercise add skills program. I'm taking copy and I'm pasting here. Add skills. So if you observe the previous program, all my input data I had given in the programming pattern. Okay, but in real time, you will maintain all the input data in an Excel file, not in the programming. So now what I'm doing is, so in the add skills to program, whatever variables, whatever input data. So here I'm declaring my global variables, string username, string username, comma, password, and string skill name, comma, skill description. I declared global variables. Okay, first step. I declared global variables. Okay, right now these variables doesn't have any input data. Okay, so now what I am doing is, okay, let me go for some reference program. So this is the concept I am going to tell you. Copy. I'm coming back to here. So this is a data table object I had created. What is this data table? And I will explain now. Okay. So I have created a data table object. Okay. I will tell you. And Excel API test 4. Okay. Excel API test 4. So Excel API test 4, I am creating an object. I have created an object as Excel API test 4. One second. So to create an object for Excel API test 4, we need to write like this. Excel API test 4 object name is equal to new Excel API test. And if I'm creating an object means I have to call the method. Object dot method name I have to call. Okay. Let me call my method name. So eat. So this is the object dot. My method name is get data table. Okay. And I specified my Excel file path. So my Excel file path, where it is located here, test data.xlsx. Okay, let me open this Excel. Let me open this Excel. Open with system editor. So here my Excel sheet contains test case ID, username, password, skill name, skill description. TC01, first test case. And TC02, my second test case is username, password, job title, job description, and job name. Okay. And my third test case, TC03, username, password, and nationality text as Indian 123. Okay. So in such a way, my input data is ready in my Excel. So TC01 means it is related to add skills. TC02 means it is related to add jobs. TC03 means it is related to add national. So now I want to retrieve my input data TC01. Okay. So let's go back to here. So I have created a data table object here. And so I specified, so what is my project name? HybridFramework_2. Let me change it here. HybridFramework_2. Under this project, SRC test Java. So under SRC test Java, there is a package name Excel util. Under this Excel util package, there is a test data1.xlsx. So this is the Excel data I'm retrieving under sheet 1. So test data1.xls under sheet 1. All this data right now, all this data is available under this object. Okay. So my all data was loaded under data table object. Just remember that point. And after that, if you want to get input data, so because my data table object contains all that information. So data table.tc01 test case 1. So TC01, what is my parameter name? Username 1. Username. Okay. And what is my parameter name? Password. This is the password. And what is the next parameter name? skill name. So this is the one skill is. So like this, I'm getting my input data. Okay. So now what I'm doing is here username is equal to I'm writing like this. So that means I am fetching input data from the Excel. I'm fetching my input data from the Excel and all the data was loaded under my data table object. So from the data table object under TC01 test case, I want username value. Okay. And similarly, for password value, I want to get it. So password is equal to, so this is the one. Okay. And skill name is equal to, this is the one. Okay. And skill description is equal to what will happen after executing line number 40, 41, and 42, 43. Once these 4 lines got executed, username value, admin value, it will be loaded. Admin 123 value, it will be loaded. And skill name value, it will be retrieved as Java 1. And skill description value, it will be retrieved as Java 1 description. So those are the local variables values, it will come to here. And my input data is ready in my global variables. And simply I can go and I can use these global variables. Yeah, that's it. So if it is value, we can give directly, but if it is global variable, you can remove the double quotations and you can pass it. That's it. Sorry. Okay. So I have to use username here, password, removing values, and I'm replacing global variables. Skill name. Skill description. That's it. So that means whenever line number 40, 41, 42, 43 got executed, that means what is happening, your data table object got connected with this Excel and all the data has been loaded into this data table object dot TC01. So TC01 test data, this one. So under this parameter name you are asking. So this parameter name you are asking. This parameter name you are asking. So like that your input data is ready. Okay. So like that we are fetching the input data. Okay, let's run this program. So that means I'm fetching input data from an Excel and I'm executing my program. Okay. Okay, one second, something went wrong. The system cannot find file path specified. One second. HybridFramework _2. Okay, let me take this data. X path. Path I am how to take it. See, my program is fetching input data from the Excel and it's being executed. Guys, I will continue this class again on Tuesday's class. So that's it for today's class. And again, we will do more examples, data-driven examples on Tuesday class. I will share you this project, Hybrid Framework 2 project. So that's it for today's session. So that means simply I'm fetching input data from the Excel. So the more explanation part I will continue on Tuesday's class. Okay, how the data table object I had created, and I'm fetching all the data and I'm loading the data into data table object. Just I'm specifying the parameter names, and after that these global variables I'm replacing into appropriate method, so that input data is executing. Those test methods are executing the data which is fetched from the Excel. Okay, previously in the methods we had given hard-coded input values. Okay, so this is called data-driven page object model with the data-driven framework. Okay, so that's it for today's class. And again, the more explanation part, more examples we will continue on Tuesday's class. That's it for today. I'm not taking much session for today. That's it, guys.